thanks for joining us. I am Ansumani Sonyasi, and this is QTV Midday News coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Here are the main news headlines. 18th December each year is International Migrants Day, commemorated to raise awareness of the effect of migration. Held its 11th graduation speech and prize-giving ceremony on Saturday at the school premises in New England. On Thursday, QTV visited the St. John's School for the Deaf to find out the challenges they encounter due to deafness and possible solutions. And the Front Star Driving School under Front Star Company on Saturday conducted a field exercise for its 5th batch of trainee drivers after undergoing a month's professional training. Well, stay tuned as we bring you more on these and other stories. Well, thanks for joining us once again, and we now take a look at the news in detail. 18th December each year is International Migrants Day, commemorated to raise awareness of the challenges and the difficulties and the role of migrants and their contributions, or that migration brings to development. The event was commemorated in the Gambia by IOM and migrant returnees. Bob Garcia has the rest of that story.
This global event is supported by events organized by IOM's nearly 500 country offices and sub-offices, as well as governmental, international and domestic civil society partners. The IOM Banjul office, in collaboration with Migrants as Messengers Volunteers Network and other migrant returnees, gathered to commemorate the day with a night of film, music and food, creating an opportunity to interact and discuss migration issues. Miko Alazaz, the Media and Communication Officer at the IOM office in Banjul, spoke about the importance of the day.
It's a very important day for us to do a number of things. First of all, to reflect on what are the latest, migration trends, migration challenges, especially in the Gambia, where migration plays such a huge role and is such a huge phenomenon in the lives of everyone. But more importantly, it's also just an occasion to celebrate the stories and the experiences of migrants around the world, around the Gambia. And to celebrate the resilience and the ability of migrants to overcome challenges that they face. So that's why we're gathered here today, and not just here today. Over the past few weeks, we've been having a number of film screenings and community engagements to commemorate the occasion.
Mr. Alazaz further highlights the important role migrants as messengers play in our society.
It's very important that we have the Migrants as Messengers volunteers, because they've been through different journeys and have different experiences to share. And so we really believe in the concept of peer-to-peer communication, where they are communicating to fellow young people, communicating with their peers, to help shape positive behaviors around migration.
The IOM office in Banjul started operating in 2017. Miko described their work as successful with the help of partners.
I think we have registered a lot of successes, not just really to the credit of IOM, but to the credit of all our government partners, civil society partners, donors, partners in the academia, media. It's a whole concerted effort, and there have been many successes in terms of supporting the reintegration of thousands of returnees who have been through very horrible journeys. There have been a lot of successes. Nonetheless, there are many challenges, and there is a lot of work that still needs to be done, and we have to recognize that. And I think today is the day that we reflect on, in 2022, what can we do more, and how can we work together to do more to protect migrants and to make migration beneficial to everyone.
Ibrahim Sambu, a member of the Migrants as Messengers Network and a returnee from Libya, shares with us what this day means to him.
The day is a day that remind us as migrants. The day also is very important to me because it was the same day, the same month that I left Libya and I came through the help of the IOM to the Gambia. And it also reminds us about migration generally. Only migration general, not being part of, you've been going to the back way, or you've been, once you are a migrant, this day is a day that needs to be commemorated.
International Migrants Day this year falls almost exactly 70 years after the Brussels conference that led to the establishment of the organization that in 1989 was renamed the International Organization for Migration. A broad range of factors continue to determine the movement of people. They are either voluntary or forced movements because of the increased magnitude and frequency of disasters, economic challenges, extreme poverty, or conflict. Babu Karsi, QTV News.
Shea Hamdan Senior Secondary School held its 11th graduation speech and prize-giving ceremony on Saturday at the school premises in New Yundum. More in this report by Ajibintu Drame.
The school graduated 418 students who have completed 3 years at senior school. Dressed in their smart gowns at a colorful ceremony accompanied by scout band, the event was attended by parents, relatives, friends and ex-students. For the first time, a sister school from Bignona in Kasama, Senegal graced the occasion. Imam Mohamed Sarr, chairman of the Board of Governors at Shea Hamdan, explains.
Graduating girls, preparing them to be the role models of the mothers, to be the role models of our wives, to be the role models of sisters. But we found that it should not stop there. It has started to empower girl education, but since successfully the school is doing wonders.
Mohamed Mumin Ibrahim, regional director of the Al Maktoum Foundation, expressed appreciation and congratulated the graduates. Keba El Jain, principal of Shea Hamdan Senior Secondary School, says they are delighted to graduate students educated and trained in both character and learning to an appreciative level. He added that the school achieved academic success amid the COVID-19 pandemic.
The release 2021 was result. The total number of candidates who sat to the examination are 418, out of which 334 results have been retrieved from the system. So far, out of 334 numbers, 220 scored 5 credits and above.
Drama and poems on democracy and anti-tribalism were showcased by junior students to send a clear message on issues affecting our society. Kausu Sise, guest speaker at the occasion, gives a word of advice to the graduates.
We live in a community, we live in a society. So if you accept yourself as a citizen, you must also accept the other person as a citizen.
Fode M. Kalon awarded the best math student and Famata Jalo, the outgoing head girl, both say they are proud and blessed for graduating after years of hard work.
I already bought form for the university. I'm planning to further my education to the fingertip because I'm not only trying to educate for myself, but I'm trying to educate for the whole nation, for the whole world to know that, yes, someone like this is available.
I'm happy at some point because I'm graduating, and at the other point my friends are there, they're not able to graduate. So there is one message also I want to send, that is, if the Ministry of Education can help students that are not able to pay their school fees due to making this day successful.
Established 20 years ago by the Al Maktoum Charity Foundation, the school used to be an all-girls school to empower girls' education. In 2017, the school became a male-inclusive institution. Prizes were presented to outstanding students at the end of the ceremony. It is hoped that the wise word of advice to these graduates from various speakers will forever resonate with them and guide their future endeavors. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News.
Now, it is often said our society does not cater for the differently abled. But on Thursday, QTV visited the St. John's School for the Deaf for an interview about the challenges they encounter due to deafness and the possible solutions. Zainab Hadra has more on their story.
The population of the Gambia is approximately 2.5 million, of which approximately 39,000 are deaf or hard of hearing. Although it is common to use such term, the term people with hearing loss is being used more frequently, being deemed more inclusively. However, some people who were born deaf or hard of hearing do not think of themselves as having lost their hearing. In the Gambia, St. John's School for the Deaf was established to ensure deaf children could acquire quality education. Daniel Mendy, the principal of St. John's School for the Deaf, outlined some of the challenges they face in ensuring they provide quality education for the students despite these challenges.
Mobility is our biggest problem. Many times, if you notice, if you walk alone, you see the children trekking. Really, up to these public transports, they don't realize because the deafness is not conspicuous. You don't see it in them, but the way they and manner they do things, then you suspect that this is a mumu. That's the name they give them. But we don't call them deaf and dumb. It's never deaf and dumb. Not everybody that is deaf is dumb. So you see, a lot of other things are there. Some of them, when they are admitted into the school, they have problem of accommodation. Because from here up to Koina, some deaf kids coming from Fulabantang, from Basse, in those years, Farafenye, and other places, when they move into the combos, problem of accommodation is always there.
The number of pupils at St. John's School for the Deaf has risen from about 150 in 2004 to nearly triple that number by 2021, which brings its own challenges. This increase is not necessarily due to an actual increase in the deaf population during that period, but it is likely to be due to the increased awareness of the problem and acceptance that deaf children can learn and benefit from attending school. Anna Prela, the acting deputy head of admin at this school, says the administration has procedures for shortlisting their pupils.
It's not every deaf that we take. Some of them are not eligible for this school. Some of them are supposed to be in another school called Methodist Learning Difficulty. Why we do that is we screen them when they come. We cannot just take everybody on board because some of them are not suitable for this place.
Binta Nyangado, one of the teachers, take us through the process they use to communicate with the students.
From 45 to 50, stop. The mason stop. 45 to 50. Is it correct? It's not correct. Which one is correct? A, B, and C. Which one? C.
According to the principal of the school needs support from all institutions and individuals in the sector of mobility vehicles, foodstuffs, and of course, school materials. For QTV News, I am Zainab Haidara.
And that report there by Zainab Haidara will lead us to a short commercial break, but we will be right back with some more news. Stay tuned.
Looking for the fastest and easiest way to receive money transfers from abroad? Well, QMoney and RIA just made it happen. Now you can receive international money transfer from RIA directly into your QMoney account with no additional cost. Once you receive an SMS alert about your transfer, walk into any QMoney agent across the country to receive your payment for free or use the money immediately to buy credit, QPower and other QMoney services. It's fast, safe and convenient. For more info, call customer care on 133. QMoney, Sunu Kalpe. Terms and conditions apply.
Welcome back from the short commercial break. Be reminded you're watching QTV Midday News and it's coming to you live from our studios on Caraba Avenue. I am Answane Sonyase. Now, Front Star Driving School under Front Star Company on Saturday conducted a field exercise for its 5th batch of trainee drivers to assess their level of competence and qualification after undergoing a month professional training. Alicise watched them in action and Hina reports.
Open qualification after this test. These 15 students who participated in the exercise are expected to be issued their driving licenses and certificates at a formal graduation ceremony at a date to be determined by Front Star Driving School. Speaking on the sidelines of the exercise held at the Bottrop Senior School football field in Brikama, West Coast Region, Amadou Diallo, a veteran training instructor, said the exercise is meant to demonstrate the students' level of understanding of basic skills required to drive. According to him, if they are not satisfied with the performance of any trainee, that means he or she is not good enough and is asked to go back to the school and do more training.
Now the impression is high because they have demonstrated very well in the theory. All of them passed the theory. Now we are at the practical side of it because we normally give them a book. The day when you paid in the school, enroll in the school, they give you the theory book, which you know that you will go, it is yours to learn it before you start the practical. All right. I'm really impressed, and they are responding very well of what we taught them.
Jamanti Jajusi, chief instructor with Front Star Driving School, said a high number of road accidents are caused by people who go on the road, pick somebody who does not even know the code signs or the basics of driving to teach them without a good standard of training.
I'm urging all Gambians to come to Front Star Driving School to know how to drive. Not only knowing how to drive, but also knowing the traffic rules and regulations.
Antoinette Mendy, Front Star's manager for social services and head of the driving school, called on citizens to make best use of the driving school to get all the skills required before using the highways to minimize accidents.
Front Star, our main office is at Canifin, just after the Red Cross at Westfield. And of recent this year, we have a new branch at Brikama, located just adjacent to the Brikama Red Cross. So looking at our locations, we are every time Red Cross, Red Cross. So it's one of the rhythm we like in it. And we are hoping to expand to so many regions around this country. From Carton to Koina, Front Star is hoping to go to so many places just to make sure at least we play our quota in the national development of this country.
Bafujang and Fromos Korea, both part of the group of 15 trainees, say Gambians should do away with conventional methods of learning to drive, where people will hire anyone to train them to drive, and after being able to move a car, they think they are okay, which is not enough.
We all know driving, you are supposed to know how to control the car, you're supposed to know how to respect the road traffic signs, to respect the rules and regulations in place. So I think it was worth my while for me to join a professional training school in order to get the knowledge required. I've never categorized myself as somebody that will want to drive because I'm always scared of the traffic, the way drivers are on the road. But then I just wanted to give it a try, and it was quite exciting.
Yeah, I am very, very happy because they always train with passion. There is no other day that you'll come, they harass you or any other thing. They are very, very lenient. Sometimes they will even call you and tell you, will you come or you not come? So like they are always like very, very professional in whatever they do. So that makes me very happy about them.
Front Star Company was established in 2020 by Modlamin Baji, a dynamic young Gambian who is committed to supporting the growing youthful population and contributing to national development. The company was initially established as an estate provider before widening its scope into other services like construction, installation, drilling, and provision of professional domestic workers, drivers, cooks, and restaurant services. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Now, high-heeled shoes are a fashion staple in many women's wardrobes and make the wearer appear taller. But does it make the wearer more attractive? Ajibintu Drame went to find out, and this is her report.
Heels weren't always only a woman's shoe. The earliest known example of high heels comes from ancient Iran, then known as Persia, in the 10th century. Men wore them to imply their upper-class status. Only someone who did not have to work could afford both financially and practically to wear such extravagant shoes. In modern times, high heels are associated with women. As the saying goes, good shoes take you to good places. Many women consider their outfit incomplete without high heels. In 1533, Catherine de' Medici then became the first woman in recorded history to wear high heels to enhance her 5-foot stature for her wedding to the Duke of Orleans. Some studies claim women in high heels are perceived as being more attractive than those in flat shoes by both men and women because high heels give women a more feminine gait. Mère Fatou Jain, she explains why some wear high heels.
Women love high heels. Some wear them because they are short and they feel incomplete if they don't wear heels. Some can't even walk with flat shoes because they just prefer wearing high heels and can walk in them. Others can't really walk in them.
Tida Dabo and Yaawa Drame also share their thoughts.
I wear high heels when I am going out to parties, though I prefer flat shoes. However, wearing heels completes a woman's outfit.
I prefer high heels. It depends on the occasion, Tamit.
I prefer high heels, but it depends on the occasion. Sometimes when I am going to less important places, I can wear flat shoes. I love wearing heels because they match my outfit, especially when I wear African clothes. High heels are more suitable.
The price to pay for this admired look may be the formation of blisters and pain from wearing this type of shoe. Women who wear them often tend to have lower back, neck and shoulder pain because the shoes disrupt the natural posture of the body, which can then even make wearing flat shoes uncomfortable.
I'm not time you have like high heel. Why high heel you good you like a tomoko.
There was a time I loved wearing high heels, but I don't like them anymore because whenever I wear them, I become uncomfortable and my bladder hurts.
Mbaba Jallo, owner of a fashion shop, says the trend of women wearing high heels has moved to the wearing of low heels or wedges.
In the past, women were not that exposed. They loved buying high heels. Some bought them even though they could not walk in them because that was the trend. Now, women have moved to wearing lower wedges or heels. People in the business know that, and they don't import lots of high heels now.
High heel shoes are highly significant and part of the criteria in the modeling industry, including here in the Gambia. In Japan and in the UK, campaigns against women having to wear heels gained a lot of support. In the Gambia, high heels seem to go in and out of fashion periodically. Looking at photographs over the decades, it is clear some of those wearing high heels now are the granddaughters of those who did so in the 1960s. Ajibintu Drame, QTV News.
An interesting piece there. Now, shea butter is used by many Gambians for its health and beauty benefits, especially during the Harmattan season, which starts between the end of November and mid-March. Abibatu Sisa went to find out why the cream is so popular.
Described by those who don't like too much heat as the best weather condition, the Harmattan season is mostly characterized by cool, dry weather conditions caused by dry, dusty winds from the Sahara Desert over the West Africa sub-region to the Atlantic Ocean. The season sometimes causes dryness of skin, forcing many to use shea butter locally known as karité, doing galam or bamboo tulo to take away the look and feel of dryness. Musa Sise sells shea butter at the Serekunda market. He explains the origin of the cream and its importance.
Bon, karité am na ñuy wax naan day jóge Mali, am na ñoo xam te ne que Burkina Faso, mais d'après ñun sunu ay recherche li nga xam nañ ko as tuut.
Some people believe that shea butter is from Mali, while others think it is from Burkina Faso. But what I know is that Burkina Faso produces most of the shea butter we use in this part of Africa.
Shea butter serves as a skin moisturizer and its lucrative business during the Harmattan. It is used for both traditional and modern cosmetic purposes. Ndei Job, who also sells shea butter at the Serekunda market, says the butter has been used for centuries and that is affordable and good for the skin, preferably during the Harmattan. This is my job during the Harmattan. I sell shea butter and my clients confirm to me that it is good for the skin. We buy it wholesale and resell it to earn something. Modu Fai is another shea butter vendor. He explains how the butter is produced and its benefits.
Karité garab la, garab bo xamni karité la, dom lay don, ñu toj ko do ko togar mu don karité.
Shea butter is produced from a tree. When the seeds are harvested, the oil is extracted from the seeds and then undergoes a heating process. We finally produce the shea butter. It is used on babies to strengthen their bones, and it is effective for treating joint pain.
According to research, shea butter can soften the skin, boost skin moisture, and has anti-inflammatory and anti-aging properties. As the Gambia experiences the Harmattan season, the demand for shea butter is on the rise as many people use it to moisturize their skin or for other medical reasons. For QTV News, I am Abibatu Sise.
And I'm afraid that's it for this bulletin, but before we take a leave of you, here's a recap for main headlines. 18 December each year is International Migrants Day, commemorated to raise awareness of the effects of migration. Sheikh Hamdan Senior Secondary School held its 11th graduation speech and prize-giving ceremony on Saturday at the school premises in New Yundum. On Thursday, QTV visited the St. John's School for the Deaf to find out the challenges they encounter due to deafness and the possible solutions. Front Star Driving School under Front Star Company on Saturday conducted a field exercise for its 5th batch of trainee drivers after undergoing a month professional training. Well, do join us in the evening for more news. Until then, on behalf of the entire production team, thanks for watching.